Welcome, y'all.
Hey, Chandler.
Hey, how's it going?
Good. Who's with us today? Krystin.
Good morning.
It is morning.
Yes.
And we just did a couple of shots of banana pudding moonshine to try to get into the spirit of the podcast. So 10 a.m. breakfast shots.
Yeah.
How are y'all doing?
Good.
Great.
Great.
Yeah.
Do you want to do our breakfast shot
Yeah,
now?
let's do it right now.
There's a banana pudding for y'all.
I want to spill it.
Well, that couch has been spilt on many times. As Harold calls it, the casting couch. And I see, Chandler, you're drinking Dr. Pepper.
Yep.
Is it blackberry?
It is, yeah.
How
If you haven't
Blackberry Dr. Pepper.
if you haven't had the blackberry Dr. Pepper,
Wow.
you got to get some of that.
Hey,
Man.
Dr. Pepper, feel free to send us some money for that.
Yep. A little merch.
Krystin, what are you drinking?
A loaded tea.
Which does not contain alcohol.
No.
We have established over
Yeah.
several podcasts. Does it have like
Yeah.
vitamins and
It does.
energy and
It has all the
liquid IV?
shit that's going to smack you in the face when you're hungover.
Oh, so you're feeling a little
Like, whoa.
you had a daiquiri, you said.
A double daiquiri, not mudslide, Mississippi mud.
Oh,
Oh,
And I did an extra shot of 190 in it. So it was a lot.
yeah.
And then I had to switch to neutrals.
Yeah.
So
That sounds like a headache ready to happen.
yeah. A little headache.
Well, you look nice.
Thank you.
And are you ready for this today?
Yeah.
It's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, you seem like you're already not ready.
I'm ready.
walk
I'm
in.
awake and ready.
What about you, Chandler? I know you're always locked in.
I'm locked in right now.
Locked in. Okay. Anything new?
No.
Nothing
No.
crazy, no.
Okay.
No.
I'm watching Squid Game for the first time.
Are you?
I just started season 2.
How is it?
I'm not that person.
Me neither.
When everybody says go watch it, I will purposefully not watch it because
Yeah.
I'm just like I'm a rebel like that.
You'd rather wait till it's all out. and
No,
good.
I just wasn't even going to watch it. But I said, oh man, I'm just going to try this. It's fine. I'm watching it. It's dubbed.
Did you watch it, Chandler?
Oh, yeah, I love that show.
Harold loves it too.
Bryce watched it.
I guess I was expecting more the first season.
Yeah.
I don't know. It was good, but it just wasn't like, wow, I would tell everybody to watch it.
Yeah.
But I just started season 2. By episode 3, I'm 1000% in. I'm all in now. Like,
Okay.
so when you talk about a slow burn, I
Yeah.
guess that's a slow burn.
I never watched it just because
I don't find it all that gory.
Yeah,
I don't find it all that
just- no,
gory.
I don't like the torture-y type shit.
It's definitely not torture.
No?
Would you say, Chandler?
I would say it's not. Well, it's not torture. They're kind of
It's
just
quick.
yeah. They're kind of just dying pretty fast.
Yeah, it's not. There's no torture involved.
Except that opening scene of season 2 when they're like playing the rock paper scissors and like
Oh yeah. You're right.
yeah.
Rock paper scissors -1. I've never
Yep,
heard of that.
I've never
game.
heard of that.
So I'll have to try it. Anyway, sorry about
Enough
that.
about Squid Game.
Let's talk about 1946.
Oh, God.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Pop culture.
Give it to me.
I always chuckle on these old
Yeah.
years. Was there really pop culture? Here's what we had. One of my favorite Christmas movies. It's a Wonderful Life. Yes, one of the most iconic holiday films. It was released in 1946.
Okay.
The first Cannes Film Festival was held in France. They probably say Cannes or something.
What is it?
The film festival?
Oh, like for movies.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like all the stars go there.
Oh,
and
cool.
Yeah. So
1940. Wow.
1946.
It was probably very swingery.
It's a film festival celebrating international cinema.
Cool.
Yeah. The bikini swimsuit debuted in Paris, sparking controversy and a fashion revolution.
There you go.
So at my old age, I am now back to, just started last week wearing a 2-piece.
Good for you.
Go, girl.
That's awesome.
I know you'll know this one. I guess you probably will too. Tupperware was introduced.
I love that.
I didn't know it was introduced in 1946.
Now you realize what we have up in our cabinets is not Tupperware. That's some just cheap old great value.
That's Tupperware though.
That Glade.
Well,
Or
it's like
Glad.
when you say give me a Band-Aid.
Yeah, right. That's how it is. Like, or a Kleenex.
That's or a Kleenex. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the brand.
That's the brand.
Yeah.
Correct. Okay. Finally, the United Nations held its first session aiming to foster peace and cooperation worldwide.
Wow.
Seems like they'd been around a little bit longer than 1946.
Right.
But anyway.
There was something different before.
What was it? Do you know?
League of Nations. And it didn't work out. That's why World War II happened.
Listen to this bitch over here.
I know.
So League of Nations, that sounds like some kind of Marvel movie shit. Or
The League of
It was
Nations.
pretty bad. Like, nobody really like did anything in it. It was kind of just, that's why it failed and World War II happened. So,
I could just sit and pick your brain about all this historical shit. Not. Sorry.
yeah, I'm going to start my own podcast and it's just going to be that.
Well,
History with Chandler.
guess what? I have all the equipment you need.
Do you really?
Yes, you do not need to purchase any equipment. All right, that's it for pop culture. Kind of sets the time for you.
That was a lot more than I thought you would have.
Yes, especially the bikini.
Yeah.
Like that was, think about how controversial.
It was scandalous.
Yeah, scandalous.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Again, I have to thank Chelsea. She
Chelsea.
recommended
Go
this
Chelsea.
story. And there's a lot of facets of this story. I watched a documentary from the 1990s,
Uh-huh.
which, let me just say, 1990s true crime documentaries are not as, flowery,
Right.
as well done as they are today.
Yeah.
So I'm just going by what information I saw in that documentary
Okay.
and then some other research I did. But there's a whole nother side of this story that could be covered.
Okay.
Okay. William Bill Heirens.
All right.
He was born in November of 1928
Okay.
in Evanston, Illinois. His parents were George and Margaret Heirens. George and Margaret owned a flower shop. However, when the Great Depression hit, they lost their business.
Yeah.
When did the Great Depression start?
The 30s. I don't know the year. Did you have the year?
I do.
1929.
That's perfect.
Hey.
Do you know when it
History with
ended?
Chandler. Probably it depends.
1941.
Okay, yeah, that's what I was going to say.
That's what Google said anyway.
I feel like it would have been, yeah. And I feel like it depends on where you're from.
So that's a terrible time.
Sometimes Google's wishy-washy, man.
Well,
Was it Google AI that said that?
Yes.
Oh,
So
there you go.
Yeah.
I feel like Google AI probably quickly searched a lot of different websites.
Which is cool.
And came up with that date.
Yeah.
It actually had like an actual, whatever the date was, I just put the year down. It actually had a day in time where it started. I don't know what happened that day. That was significant. Okay. After they lost the flower shop, now remember, it's the Depression. I can see this. His mom, Bill's mom, worked as a seamstress, doing stuff around the house. Like, I remember way back then, like women would iron clothes.
Yeah.
You know, a nickel a piece or something, just
to make a little extra.
Yeah. His dad was, he worked at a steel mill as a security guard,
Okay.
but he did other odd jobs too, just like whatever. Like I can picture,
Like I'll work for whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever you need me to do.
picture both mom and dad like doing everything they can.
Yeah.
Basically
To make it.
Mm-hmm. However, Bill's dad spent a lot of his paychecks at the bar.
Of course he did.
Yes.
The last 4 quarters.
His parents fought constantly.
Right.
When they did, Bill would leave the house and wander the streets. Yeah, that's where he started finding trouble.
Good Lord.
So he started getting in trouble when he was 13 years old.
Well,
He committed several burglaries, and y'all know that is the hardest word for me to say, so bear with me.
Burglary.
And he was caught. From there, he was sent to juvie. Now, I'm calling it juvie. The documentary referred to it as a private school
Oh.
or a boarding school.
Yeah.
of course it was.
And
Like Marchand's.
what's Marchand's?
It used to be like a correction.
Oh, you mean like
School.
juvie, kind of?
Kind of like juvie, but it's through the school.
I got the feeling they didn't really have juvie yet. I could
Probably
be wrong. But this school was like a revolving door for Bill Heirens. He would go in, do his time, so to speak, and then come out and he would offend again. He would go back in, you know, just thieving.
Yeah.
Thugging.
But he was like robbing people in the Great Depression, man. Like, bro's
What
just
you-
trying to live, man.
What you trying to rob, though?
That's
There
what I'm
ain't
saying. Bro's
shit.
like stealing sand from people. Like,
Yeah.
Feeling pocket lint. Like, you ain't getting nothing, bro.
Like you reach in that pocket, ain't shit in there. Move on.
Yeah. Or there's a hole.
Yeah.
That's it. But later in life, Heirens admitted that he was committing the burglaries for sexual pleasure.
What?
Oh, yeah, you can't do that, bro.
Get off his bandwagon now.
Yep.
Yeah, jump
I made
ship.
that mistake last time.
Don't be like a salad king ship hopper. Okay. Bill attended the University of Chicago.
Okay.
When he started there, he wasn't able to pay for school, and his parents couldn't either. So what did he do?
Thieved.
You got it. He would go into apartments through the window, and once inside, he would steal clothes and other items.
Through the window.
To the wall.
To the wall.
So I think I remember reading somewhere that he never stole anything that he sold. Like he kept all the things that
So he was a collector of things.
I guess so. Bill also liked guns. Remember I said his dad
Shocker.
was a security guard? Well, he grew up around guns
Right.
because his dad had them. And according to Bill, when he would go do these robberies in these apartments, he would carry a heavy-duty knife or a screwdriver.
Loved a screwdriver.
He would not carry a gun. He said hardly ever would he carry a gun. So take that for what you will.
Hardly ever.
Yeah. So over time, Heirens' crimes began to escalate. You know, thugging and thieving is just a gateway drug to what?
Murder.
Murder. In June of 1945, Great Depression's over. We've already established that was 41. I'm assuming that they didn't bounce back super fast from that, but by this point,
America?
yeah.
Yeah, World War II, man.
Was that you?
Yeah, I hit the mic.
Bong. Oh, 1945 is World War II?
Well, that's probably why Google said 1941, because that's when America entered.
Okay. So he's about 17 years old at this point, still not legally an adult. But at this age, he claimed his first victim. 43-year-old Josephine Ross was found dead in her apartment on the north side of Chicago. The police found a horrific scene in her apartment. And the way it went down was that morning, Josephine was in her bed. Her children left for work, so she had adult children living with her. And it was morning. Heirens attacked Josephine. He beat her, cut her throat, and stabbed her to death.
Holy shit.
Then he bathed her.
What?
He cleaned her body. This is way before DNA.
I gotta get a tissue.
Okay, so he wasn't like cleaning her to get rid of evidence, I don't think. He has some weird thing going on. So he spent 2.5 hours in the apartment with her dead body. And then he finally taped up her wounds and left. I would think in 2.5 hours you would already bled out. Why are you taping up her wounds now, Bill?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Bill is something else, man.
Bill is something
Bill
else.
is something else.
So her daughter discovered her body when she came home from work. Can you imagine that? You come home and it's like blood everywhere and your mom's, yeah. So.
Did you say taped up?
Her wounds, yes. So he cleaned her, stayed in the apartment for 2.5 hours with her body. That's what I'm saying. I think she would have bled out. Like, why are you taping up her wounds 2.5 hours later?
Right.
Her daughter found her. Horrific.
That's awful.
I am going to assume, because I do not have concrete evidence to this, but the
X-ray vision.
The police did not have any leads. Okay. Nothing. They did not know who did this or anything. So in December of 1945, and that's about 6 months after Josephine, who I just told you about, Heirens claimed his second victim.
Good Lord.
33-year-old Frances Brown was killed in her apartment about 2 weeks before Christmas.
Oh.
Heirens brought 2 weapons with him to Frances's house, a knife and a gun.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I hardly ever bring a gun.
Yeah, he's switching to that gun now.
The first thing Bill did when he got in to her apartment was stab Frances all the way through the throat.
Oh.
Like I'm thinking maybe to keep her from screaming.
Yeah.
And it went in one side of her neck and came out the other side.
Holy
and
shit.
he left the knife in there. Like he didn't take it out. So she was also shot in the head. I guess maybe he brought the knife thinking, I'm going to leave the knife. I need a second weapon.
Right.
So just like Josephine Ross, Heirens washed Frances's body and left her in the bathtub. But this time there was 2 clues left behind.
Okay.
Investigators found lipstick writing on Frances's bedroom wall. Here's what it said, quote, "For heaven's sake, catch me before I kill more. I cannot control myself."
What?
Written in lipstick. Yeah. He eventually got the name the lipstick killer. But yeah, that was what it said.
Holy shit.
And of course, as the media does today, the newspapers sensationalized everything.
Hype it up.
Yeah. Published the quote and everything. So the second piece of evidence they found was a fingerprint that was left on a door jamb.
Okay.
They had fingerprints? They knew what a fingerprint was back then?
Listen, yes, they were doing fingerprints. They actually started a lot earlier than that. But
I think we talked about that in one of the podcasts.
Possibly. I did look it up to make sure. I just didn't write down the date. But yeah, they absolutely had fingerprints going on. But you got to remember, they didn't have a database.
Right.
I mean,
They just got the fingerprint.
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know if y'all remember, Mel was on the show and she was a fingerprint technician.
A finger tech.
A finger tech.
What the fuck is a finger tech?
In Baton Rouge. And she said that they had fingerprint cards and you had to manually go pull the card and compare to the fingerprint you found on scene.
That's crazy.
When was that? Not like the podcast, but like when did she do it?
Oh, I can't remember. And I don't want to guess to be disrespectful to her age.
That's fair.
But she started off like in a typing pool back when they had typing
Right.
pools. So, and then she worked her way to the fingerprint.
Can you
area.
imagine?
Mm-mm. So yeah, they had fingerprints, but like,
Nice.
well, what you gonna do with it?
Right.
Yeah, you just got it.
How old is he at this point?
He's still 17.
Okay.
Yeah.
God damn.
That was December 1945, right? 2 weeks before Christmas.
Right.
January 7th, 1946. So he's getting faster.
Yeah.
This day is known as the day Chicago locked its doors.
Oh.
Because that was the day that ended everybody feeling safe in their own home
Right.
and leaving your doors unlocked. Yeah.
This is like Chicago has locked their doors since then.
That's crazy to me that you wouldn't lock them to begin with.
I know. We've talked about that
Like,
before. Yeah.
It's baffling to me.
But
They had locks in 1946.
they had fingerprints in 1940s. Okay, so Bill had committed the worst crime in the city's history that
Shit.
day. He was out doing what he normally did, which was
Robbery.
stealing shit,
Thievery. Tom
thievery. And he had gone to his parents' house for dinner. Now remember, he's going to college.
Right.
So you got to go get that free meal from your parents. And after dinner, he went out drinking with some friends. He made it back to his dorm and he began having urges to go out and steal. He went back out to the north side of Chicago. That's where he really liked doing this. I don't know why. And he was looking for a place to break into. He ended up in a neighborhood where the Degnan family lived.
Okay.
He decided that the Degnan's house was the house.
That was the one.
That was his target. Yes. So he broke in and he kidnapped 6-year-old Suzanne
Holy
Degnan.
shit.
6 years old.
Brother.
Yes. Okay. So the next day was a school day. And of course, Suzanne's family and parents, they're getting ready to go to
Hustle and
school,
bustle.
work, but they realized that she wasn't there. Suzanne wasn't there. And there was a ransom note left behind.
Oh my God.
This is what it says. I'm going to spell some of it for you and like not correct the grammar or anything. Get $20,000 ready, REDDY, and wait for word. Do not notify the FBI or police. Bills in 5s. I'm assuming he wanted small bills. Yeah.
How much?
$20,000.
Okay. That's a lot of fives.
That's a lot of fives.
Like,
Also,
fuck.
$20,000 in 1946.
First of all, it's a lot of money.
Yeah.
Right.
Second of all, even today, I think $20,000 in fives would be an ample garbage bag, maybe more full.
Yeah.
Don't you think?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so thank goodness Suzanne's parents ignored the note and went straight to the police.
Yeah, no shit.
Yeah. Okay, so this is what the police initially thought. I'm going to try to make sense of this. Little Suzanne's dad worked in some kind of capacity in the meat packing industry, but he was a bigwig, okay? The meat packers at that time were on strike, so there was a lot of problems going on. There had been other bigwigs in the meat packing industry.
We ain't packing no meat today.
No, there ain't no meat getting packed. But they had been threatened, and like one meat packing head honcho guy even got killed.
What?
So,
Jesus.
yeah, so the police are thinking this is totally having to do
With this place.
with the whole meatpacking saga, whatever was, you know. I'm sure if you wanted to read, there's probably a book written on it.
When's
but-
the meatpacking episode coming?
Yeah, I'm not.
Yeah,
I'm not.
meat packing murderers.
I wasn't even going to mention that, but I figured y'all would want to know at least a little bit of what the police were thinking.
Mm-hmm.
So, and this was another thing. You can take it or leave it. I can only find it on Wikipedia, but the police and investigators received an anonymous tip. Okay.
Okay.
Based on the tip, wait a minute. I might not want to tell you this.
You're not going to give us just a tip.
Okay, yeah, I am, because I put this later in the story and I didn't want to tell you right now. Anyway, we'll go back to the anonymous tip in a minute. So the meatpacking thing was going on. They think that. They also questioned hundreds of people related to her being kidnapped.
That's the way they had to do it then, huh?
Yeah, they administered polygraph examinations to about 170 people. They even claimed we've caught the killer several times, but they didn't have any real evidence.
Right.
So they had to release them. So like when I was doing my research, there was a bunch I could tell you about,
Mhm.
but I was just like, based on what I saw, I didn't feel like they did it. So I didn't bring them up. But again, you can go look this case up and there's way more information. But the police really, I think, were trying
Yeah.
with the
With what they had.
Yes, exactly. Okay, so Heirens is still out there. They haven't caught who this is. And the next treasure hunt, that's what I'm calling his little thievery.
A treasure hunt.
The next one he went on would be his last.
Good.
Oh.
So he went into an apartment building looking for unlocked doors. He passed one apartment and the door was open.
Oh,
Like, I don't even think he had to open it.
lucky him.
It was just open and he saw a wallet on the counter and he just popped in there and picked the wallet. And
Hey, I'm just saying the day the Chicago locked their doors obviously was not the day because this door was wide open.
Mm-hmm.
someone saw him in the apartment complex and called the building janitor. Bro.
The janitor stays strapped, bro. Chill.
Yeah, like,
Chill.
damn.
The janitor stays strapped. So the janitor starts chasing Heirens. He tries to catch him, but Heirens pulls a gun on the janitor.
That he never carries.
Right, just very seldom.
Yeah.
And he tells the janitor, this made me laugh, wait here for 5 minutes.
What?
And then Heirens turns around and runs off. Wait here for 5 minutes. Like that shit works. Yeah.
Wait here for 5 minutes.
And I won't kill
I'm going
you.
to take the gun with me.
So the janitor did not wait for
no.
5 minutes. So he was strapped. No, the janitor ran after Bill onto the street.
Oh, dude, this guy's insane. I would call the janitor too if it was this guy. Man.
He's badass.
Yeah.
But somebody else from the apartment complex joined in the chase, like just a tenant.
They're all running after his ass.
fucking, and you know it's
A fucking parade.
1946, so there's a couple cops standing around on the
Mhm.
street. Like that's what they did back
Yep.
then. So they see this going on and they start in the chase too.
Now we have a hot pursuit.
Yeah, so these two, they're on foot, okay? So these two officers are named Officer Constant and Officer Cunningham, and they're going to come up. That's why I'm telling you their names.
Okay.
So Heirens is scrambling. He doesn't know where to go. He runs up behind a building and onto the porch of the building. sounds like it's a house to me, but they said building. So I don't really know. But Officer Constant saw him and followed him. By the time Officer Constant got up there, Heirens had pulled the gun.
Motherfucker.
So he aims it at Officer Constant and pulls the trigger.
Damn.
Luckily, the gun misfired. Yes.
Old raggedy ass gun you've been running around with.
Right. You're not even cleaning
Clean
your
your
guns.
shit. Clean your shit, bitch.
You nasty and you a murderer. Nobody washed the bodies, though. Maybe he's not. Okay,
Yeah.
Anyway, if this happened to you, because I wrote down, I want to know what you would do at that point. If you were Heirens, Bill Heirens, you just went click, there's a cop there, what would you do?
I'm giving up. I'm cooked.
Yeah, I would run. Try and run.
He threw the gun at him.
No, I mean,
Dunk.
Yeah.
did he hit him though?
Yeah, did he hit him?
No, but then they were down on the ground wrestling with each other at that point.
Okay.
And then Officer Cunningham saves the day. There are some like flower pots on this porch, and he comes up and bashes
That's awesome.
Heirens over the. This is like a Scooby Doo
Yes,
episode.
actually, yeah.
Yes.
He bashes him over the head, so Heirens is unconscious at this point. So the two policemen are okay, and Heirens gets taken to the hospital.
Okay.
So June 26, 1946. So I don't know how long it was before he kidnapped Suzanne, and when that burglary I just told you about.
Where is Suzanne?
We'll get there.
Okay.
But I don't know how long it was between
Right.
that. But now we're at June 26, 1946, which is, I'm assuming, the day he was in the apartment complex,
Okay.
because they had caught him and now he's arrested for attempted burglary,
Okay.
not murder.
Just attempted.
And bro, how is it attempted when you got somebody else's wallet?
Right.
How is that? You succeeded.
You got the wallet.
We're going to arrest you for succeeded burglary. Okay. So apparently Heirens eventually confessed to over 300 burglaries.
What the fuck?
Yeah. Still not talking murders. Okay. The fingerprints had been sent to the FBI and to the crime lab for the Chicago PD.
Right.
But like we said, they got a lot of shit to wade
Right.
through. Turns out one of the fingerprints from the ransom note also matched the fingerprint from the door jam at Francis's murder. And they both matched, those two fingerprints from the crime scenes matched William Heirens,
Okay.
Bill's fingerprint. So now we got some shit cooking here.
Yeah.
Okay. Now I'm going to tell you what happened to little Suzanne. Okay. So, like I said, he broke in, he went in through her window in the house in the middle of the night. And when he entered the house, she sat up. She had been sleeping, but she sat up. And remember, he's going in to steal,
Right.
but he's, I guess, startled. And he pulls her out of he grabs her, pulls her out of the bed, and strangled her to death.
What?
Yes. This asshole was interviewed later from prison, and he said, Suzanne was strangled, and I don't think that she suffered a bit.
What a piece of shit.
I mean, you can't just strangle somebody for 3 minutes. Like,
Yeah.
this is a process.
Yeah,
Like,
it's not like you just strangle her and she dies
30
instantly.
seconds. Yeah. That's minutes and minutes.
Yeah.
That's torture.
Yes.
Exactly.
That's torture.
She did not suffer. How the fuck can
Right.
you say
How
that?
could she not?
Yeah. So after, this is already horrible enough. After killing Suzanne, he took her body and went out the window. And he ended up in a basement, I don't know where he chopped her up into 6 pieces. He decapitated her. He took every piece of her body and put them in 6 separate locations.
What the fuck?
Yes. Yeah. After he did this, he went back to his dorm.
Yeah. Of
And the
course
next
he fucking
day
crazy
went to
ass.
class like nothing's fucking wrong.
What the fuck?
Yeah. Okay. So back to when he was arrested. I wanted
Right.
you to hear what happened to her before we got.
Down to it.
Yes.
Yeah.
So investigators have him. They got the fingerprint. They take him to do a lie detector test, and he wouldn't talk at all. He said it was better for him to keep his mouth shut. They asked him about all the murders, and ultimately he did confess.
Okay.
All right. His lawyers advised him to confess and take the life deal instead of the death penalty.
Yeah.
They had an electric chair right there in the prison he was going to.
They were like, we're ready.
Yeah.
Light his ass up.
His lawyers are like, look, dude, if you did this, you need to take a deal.
Yeah.
You probably didn't have to wait back then. They probably just sent you straight to the chair.
Right.
Like process charged. All right, get in the chair.
All right.
So, yeah, well, it wasn't the 1800s where they just literally an hour later took you out and hung you. And that was only an hour later because they were waiting for everybody to get there and watch. So now I'm about to read you something. You can take it for what it's worth. One reason I say that is because I read it. I'm reading it from Wikipedia, and that's not always the most reliable source.
Right.
But also, this is what Heirens says happened. Again, I don't know if I believe him or not believe him.
Right.
There's probably the truth and,
all up in between.
Yeah, their side, his side, and the truth is somewhere in the middle.
Yeah.
Okay, here's the quote. According to Heirens, he drifted in, this is while he's being interrogated. He drifted into unconsciousness under questioning and was interrogated around the clock for 6 consecutive days.
Jeez.
Beaten and starved. He was not allowed to see his parents for 4 days. He was also refused the opportunity to speak to a lawyer for 6 days. So, if that really happened, I'm sure, like I said, I don't know that's, maybe he's not remembering.
Right.
Maybe it wasn't to that extent.
Right. Over exaggerating it all.
I totally feel like 1946 is capable of roughing you up.
Yes.
And getting a confession out of you.
You think the janitor was in there?
The janitor.
He was definitely in that room.
After 2 days, the cops called him.
I chased that motherfucker.
No, after 2 days, the cops called him. We need you to bring your hammer down here.
That mop.
Yeah. Okay. So, like I said, I don't know what part of that is factual, but
Right.
I do feel like the authorities probably took some liberties with the interrogation.
Well, probably after they found out that he's confessing to doing what he did to the little girl.
I mean, well,
That would flip a switch in me.
I can't even. But the judge was like, okay, you can make this deal of life in prison,
Right.
but you're going to have to go reenact the crimes for us.
What?
Yeah. So he did. He reenacted the crimes for the state attorney and the Chicago police.
Wow.
He was sentenced to 3 consecutive life sentences. Okay, so my thing is like, yeah, I've heard of false confessions. They keep you in there, they break you down,
Right.
you confess. But how are you going to reenact shit?
Right. If you didn't do it.
And how did your fingerprint get there?
Right.
In 2 cases, the ransom note and the door jam.
Right. It doesn't happen like that.
So Heirens was housed in the Vienna Correctional Center in Illinois until his death on March 5th, 2015.
Oh, wow.
He was there from 17 years old. Okay.
Wow.
Old Bill applied for parole many times, but he was denied.
Yeah.
So let me tell you about this documentary I watched. He was, it was made in the 90s. I'm not sure when, but at that point, he had spent 50 years in prison.
Damn.
Which was longer than anyone else had spent in an Illinois prison.
Wow.
And there's a woman named Dolores Kennedy, who's an author.
Mm-hmm.
She wrote a book about the story titled William Heirens, His Day in Court.
Okay.
Now, she wrote this book in 1991, and she was convinced that Heirens was innocent.
Really?
So, yeah.
How?
Yeah. I don't know because I didn't read the book.
Right.
If Sherry were here, she probably would have read
Right.
the book. Y'all know I can't read. So,
Yeah.
but I think I remember that like Dolores worked for the attorney, like as a secretary that handled the case.
Okay. So she was privy to that information.
So, yeah. I mean, I don't know. And if you read her book, she might be telling the same stuff about the interrogation because she's hearing it from Heirens.
Right.
So, yeah, I think she has spent the better part of her life trying to get people to listen to the fact that he was innocent and get him out of jail.
Right.
But he's passed now.
Yeah.
Bro, imagine how much jail changed while he was in there. Like he didn't have no AC when he went into jail.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was like, whew.
Dude, when they added that AC, man.
Yeah. They probably like gave him TV.
Yeah, they probably threw some TVs in there.
Yeah, like progressing and adding all this extra shit in there.
Yeah.
And he was like, damn. And at the end, what did I say? 2015, there was definitely cell phones.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sure somebody but smuggled a cell phone
Oh,
in
I'm
there.
sure.
So he had all
That's
the
how
things.
they do.
But who's that poor man going to call?
Nobody.
I mean, at this point,
Yeah.
his parents are dead.
Yeah.
I never read that he had any siblings.
He didn't have nothing.
Okay, so the video on Amazon that I watched, Serial Killers Season 1, Episode 1, William Heirens, the lipstick killer. And I went to Wikipedia, history.com, newyorktimes.com. Like I said, there's tons of stuff out there if you want to go in a totally different direction. There were some articles that talked about split personality. I didn't even scratch the surface on that. I was just like, yeah, we're just going to stick with the documentary, what I've seen here, and then get some backup information from other sites.
Yeah.
So, the lipstick killer.
Wonder why they named him that if he only did the lipstick thing once.
I don't know. Well, the media.
Yeah.
But he killed 3 people, so technically he's a serial killer.
Yes.
Definitely a serial killer, which they didn't know what that was in 1946. So, there you go.
Perfect.
Crazy story.
Yeah.
I think I like the older ones like that.
Do you?
Yeah.
Well, it's probably because you can chime in with some
All the history.
historical shit that I don't know anything about. Oh, that's when the World War II started? I had no idea. Take me to that dang museum in New Orleans again. I don't retain shit like I was really
Me
bad.
neither.
So in school, history,
No.
I was math and English all the way. Yeah, I didn't.
That's because now all the history teachers are like good.
Are they good?
Yeah, they're like good teachers.
Is it because good shit happened that they can teach about? Like,
No.
what the shit? Back in my day,
It's
they're
just
like,
they're entertaining.
Yeah, they make it exciting.
Yeah.
oh, yeah, we did not have that.
That's what I'm saying.
They're like reading up in front of the class. Womp, womp, womp,
Yeah.
womp. It was terrible. All right, you want some funnies?
Yes.
These are from the New York Post Stupid Criminals. And these are actually a little, like, I'm going to read the whole article to you. It's like a little 1-page article.
Mhm.
This one is by Caitlin McCormack, sorry. The first rule of Fight Club is, do you know, Chandler?
I can't talk about it.
You can't talk about Fight Club. Do you not know this?
No.
First rule of Fight Club, you don't talk about Fight Club. It's
Okay.
an old movie with Brad Pitt.
I think so. I've
Okay.
never seen it.
I haven't either. So 2 19-year-old Long Islanders were arrested over the weekend after pummeling one another at a park in front of a cheering crowd during a face-off promoted on social media.
What the hell?
More than 70 spectators in their early to mid-20s packed Melville's Walt Whitman Park to catch a glimpse of what police called an unauthorized fight club early Sunday evening. But the clash was cut short by the cops, who caught wind of the event after it was publicized on Instagram.
Idiot.
The crowd quickly scattered, but the battered brawlers stayed put and were cuffed by the officers. The duo, Finley McCloskey and Jake Zimleys, both residents of Northport, were issued appearance tickets charging them with unlawful assembly. The Instagram account originally used to boost the fight online was deactivated.
Man.
The idea of Fight Club was first popularized by the 1996 novel Fight Club by Chuck, I can't pronounce his last name,
Mhm.
which he based off of his own experience participating in the illicit organizations. I did not know that. The book was later adapted into an Oscar-nominated film under the same title in 1999, starring Edward Norton and Brad Pitt.
There you
That's
go.
cool.
Yeah. So, it is unclear if the gaggle of wannabe fighters were inspired by the fictional tale or if they obeyed the sacred 9 rules of Fight Club, including the requirement that all first-time attendees participate in one brawl.
Like that's your initiation.
Maybe so, into Fight Club.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Don't know really much about the story, but I have heard the phrase. First rule of Fight Club is you don't talk about
I
Fight
never
Club.
heard that.
All right, let's see if we want to do this one. This one's kind of long. Okay. Florida man dressed in Dalmatian onesie outruns
What the fuck?
outruns troopers, shakes off tasers before he's caught at girlfriend's home. Like, do I even need to read the story?
No.
Did the chase end at the girlfriend's home? Like, kind of curious.
Well, this one is also by Caitlin McCormack. Okay. He was easy to spot. I see what she did there.
Good one.
Spot.
A Florida man, bizarrely dressed in a Dalmatian onesie, bolted during a traffic stop after being handcuffed on one wrist. And he remained on the lam for an entire day before finally being caught at his girlfriend's house.
Damn.
Florida Highway Patrol were in hot pursuit of 36-year-old Keith Devereaux. Keith Devereaux, you're 36. Why are you wearing a Dalmatian onesie? I don't even feel like it was a costume. I feel like it was like pajamas or something.
Yeah, like a jammy suit.
Yeah. So he was, they were pursuing him for nearly a day after they had pulled him over for reckless driving. Devereaux had allegedly been driving erratically, stopping and pulling away at high speeds while dropping off a passenger, according to the Florida Highway Patrol.
Like, hurry up and jump out, jump out, jump out.
I guess. While fleeing from police, Devereaux eventually rammed his truck into a tree.
Jesus.
He pulled himself from the wreckage and tried to keep running. He was quickly tased by pursuing troopers, per the criminal probable cause affidavit. is where they got this information. Despite being shocked, Devereaux picked a fight with the trooper and began to push and thrash against him before once again attempting to take off. Florida man must be on some strong.
He's on that bath salts.
Yes. Somehow he successfully fled. By this point, his truck was wrecked. He had been tased by the troopers, and he still had one wrist handcuffed.
You might as well just
running
let
with
him
that
go
bitch
at that
fucking
point,
dangling.
You got us, bro. We're gonna let you go.
Yeah.
Might as well.
And despite all this, he went straight to his girlfriend's home. One place authorities were almost guaranteed to check first. The troopers watched him flee through the forest while they waited for backup. A K-9 unit that could pick up Devereaux's scent. The real dog took off after Devereaux and turned up at his girlfriend's home. His girlfriend was home at the time and told troopers she didn't want anyone to go inside, including Devereaux, because they had drugs inside and she didn't want to face
What
jail.
a fucking idiot.
Florida mandates, Florida woman.
Like, fuck.
Okay, so troopers, they left, but they came back the next day with an arrest warrant, so they were able to go in the home. And
they're like, hey, bitch, just hide your drugs. We'll be back in the morning.
Yeah. The police found Devereaux, booked him for reckless driving, fleeing, assaulting law enforcement, resisting with violence, and his girlfriend had alluded to the night before possession of methamphetamine.
Oh, my goodness.
Among other charges. They had all the shit in that one.
I could just see what they look like.
Oh, yeah. She's definitely got unwashed, scraggly hair.
With that dingy white camisole underneath.
She's super, super skinny.
Ugh.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Do y'all want one more?
It's up to you.
Yeah.
Oh, let me see. Nah, let's save this one. But I'm going to give you a teaser. It is desperate Kansas man arrested for stealing 800-pound cannon from Spanish-American War to settle drug debt.
Wow. You owe me money. Go get this cannon.
Chandler, you probably need to sit on that one because it has some study up on your Spanish-American War history, and you can interject on that one. Thank y'all for being here so early in the morning. And this weekend is crazy for both of us.
Yeah, it is very chaotic.
So I'm glad we were able to figure out a way to work this out. And even though you were hungover, thank you for showing up. You rock.
No problem.
You rock, rock, rock. And you're in the process of making us a list of all of our shows. Taking a leap into the permanent world of podcasting here. All right. We're excited. We're excited for that.
Super excited.
Chandler, show the camera. I got some new stickers for Grits with a Side of Murder. And when y'all come out
those are cute.
to meet and greets, I also got some of those little rubber wristbands.
Perfect.
I got some little face tattoos.
That's cute.
Yeah, girl. Yeah. Yes, queen. All right, Chandler, thank you for camera switching and for all of your historical knowledge.
Yep.
Kirsten, thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
As always, for being here.
Yes, ma'am.
I love you both. And Go to Patreon to help support the show, Patreon. Go to YouTube and subscribe.
Yes.
We've gotten some more subscriptions this week. I noticed that. I got some
Good.
emails. And Facebook.
Yes.
I don't know what else we're on. Because I'm going to have to ask Antonio. Because I heard somebody tell me that we haven't had a TikTok since last year.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, wow. Okay.
But we'll get on that.
Yeah.
Because I think it's still going.
Yeah.
I haven't heard any more hoopla about it.
Yeah. I haven't heard anything either.
All right. We love y'all. Tell your mom and them to listen, and we're going to let Zydeco Mike take us out.
Bye.